30.
20.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition sequence start.
This is just the beginning.
Are you ready?
Here comes the best part.
1, 2, 3,
Go.
Life Matters, a 5-time winner of the best morning show in Wisconsin. Hosted by Nancy Douglas and Tom Giovanoni.
All of you, get ready.
Life Matters begins on Lake 96.1.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so glad the show is longer because you know why? Now we can just have double trouble all the time.
Yeah.
Like we can have more.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So we can have more guests, talk to them longer. Okay, that's your cheat sheet. You don't get that. You don't get to keep that. I let you know today but Norm.
I barely got started on it.
Well, too bad.
Oh, yeah.
I gave you 30 seconds. How much more time do you need? Just kidding.
32.
All of these topics are for just stop.
Yeah.
That's really
I
it.
kind of figured the way you ripped it out of my hand.
Yeah. So just stop reading it.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. My bad.
Anyway, how was your week?
Different.
Uh-oh.
You know, Amy was in Texas all week.
Oh, that's right. You were a bachelor
she went down
all
to
week.
see her friend. Yeah. So I was dog chicken wrangler. Yeah.
Did you see I sent her a video of this old lady and she has leashes for her chickens and she takes them on the walk around the neighborhood?
I saw it. I got a text. Did you order the leashes yet?
Did she say that?
Yes. I said no.
Well, then she can walk them. Aren't healthy chickens going to give you better eggs if you take them on walks?
I'll just start with some eggs. They walk all day. They're not in a small coop. I mean, they got a tree to play in.
That's true.
And stumps to jump on and sand to roll around in. Planks to walk.
No more.
Arr.
No more chicken accessories. You're done with chicken accessories, are you?
Oh, no, we're not done.
So is there any more? Are there no eggs yet?
No, not yet. It should.
You keep saying it should be any minute.
Yeah, end of the month, I think.
Okay.
That's what everyone's telling us. So we'll see. Like I said before, this is learn as you go. This is all new.
You got rid of all the roosters? You did your rooster trafficking?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
right.
They got the big punt.
Yeah.
And they're happy in their new
loud.
home. Yeah, and they're pretty aggressive towards the hens.
I was going to say, how are they like personality-wise? I don't know anything.
Fertilization process gets a little brutal.
Oh. Ew. I don't know any.
It's just the way Mother Nature intended it.
Oh, well, I don't know anything about fowls.
You don't want to. It's foul.
Okay.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm done.
Anyway, so I'm really excited about the show today because we have a person that we haven't had in a while on here. And it's mostly because we really kind of just have her around this time of the year every year because of what she does for a living. Rita Moore is going to join us, and she is the gal that does the American Ghost Walk tours through downtown Lake Geneva. Now,
she's the ghostess with the mostest.
She is the ghostess with the mostest. And she also has the perfect second job that she could have possibly ever found, which is a tour guide also at Black Point.
Right.
And there is nobody that knows more about the history. And I shouldn't even say that. It's not about knowing more. It's about having more passion for the learning of the history. And, you know, again, so that applies when she's talking about everything that has gone on at Black Point historically. But then as well, she has the open mind to do the ghost walk tours, because that is also, you think that those tours wouldn't change, but they do, because she tends to be very engaging and people open up to her and tell her, oh, well, here's a part of that story that you just told, but, you know, my aunt used to live 2 houses down from there and she knows this. And so she gets other parts of the stories constantly. And so she's got such an open mind about how all of that works. But she's appropriately skeptical, you know, like, and so you really tend to know that what she's talking about is unbelievably credible.
Well, yeah, and she's very, very passionate about it.
Exactly.
You know, so every story she tells, even she could tell a story full of lies and she would have you on the end of your seat.
Well, of course.
Not that she would ever
never do that, but
yeah, it's very engaging. She's told some stories here in the past where she had me hooked. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, so yeah.
When was the last time you went on the actual tour, or have you?
I haven't yet, no.
Oh, shame on you.
Yeah, I know. I got to go.
Oh, my gosh.
I tried tagging along. She keeps telling me to go away.
Right. Well, she should buy a ticket.
Well,
People, I will say this, though. So, I know last week we talked with Vanessa from Timber Ridge, and I mentioned that we had a family reunion here with Ty's huge family a few years ago. And one of the side things that we did, the activities, was the Ghost Walk tour.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
We had I think 22 people from our family all went on this tour, and they were floored by how incredible it was. I mean, because then we went and had cocktails afterwards, and they could talk about was this, not just the stories, but the way she told the stories.
Yeah.
And so you have
she
to
dresses the part.
Oh, yeah.
It just...
Yeah. She's the one in the Victorian black dress that you see walking around and all of that at night, not generally, it's not like she does these at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Gorgeous red hair. And but speaking of that, too, she's also had an extremely unbelievably wonderful personal triumph.
Oh, yeah.
And accomplishment that she is going to talk to us about here in a little bit. But first, we have Henricks-Wilging. I would love to tell you what we're going to talk about, but we never know.
I know better than that.
What we're going to talk about with Renee. So
our listeners know better than that.
Right. I mean, I'm sure we'll mention insurance once in a while.
Yeah, they're just going to fill up on coffee, put the 5-point harness on, strap in, and sit back and enjoy the show.
That's right. And
that's all you can do.
That's yes, that's the safest way to do it as well.
Certainly is.
You're absolutely right. We will do that after this on Lake 96.1. Hang on. We'll be right back.
Life Matters continues on Lake 96.1.
That would have been fun.
It's fun no matter what we do. Welcome back to Life Matters.
Try to be.
Well, I mean, we do.
I think we have fun.
just complaining.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
As usual.
We do.
We giggle a lot.
Complaining.
It's venting. It's totally different.
I can't do that lane deviation thing because it shakes your... Have you ever driven a car with that? Have you?
Mm-hmm.
I have, but mine's never done it.
Oh, no. No, thank you. I can drive my
I've had it where it slammed on my brakes backing up.
I turn that off, too.
Yeah,
she's got the early warning stop
No,
system.
I have all that, too. Yeah, and
I can outdrive the car.
I have felt it
pretty much
do that,
God.
the stop.
It freaks you out, though. When you're slowing down normally, and all of a sudden the alarms go off and the brakes slam on, it's like,
yeah, the brakes slam, yeah. And it goes, and it almost sounds like a grinding stop, not a...
That's because you're hitting...
Yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah, you're hitting the anti-locks.
Yeah, it goes...
And I usually say something like, oh, good golly, what was that?
Oh, yes, I'm sure that's what you said.
Yeah. So,
the way I see it is I'm not the Jetsons, okay? I can drive my own car. I don't need anybody else to drive my car for me.
Yeah, mine's never kicked on except for the stop
agreed.
thing. But
nope, I turn all that off.
My husband needs it, though, because right now...
Well, he could get kidnapped.
No, his here deer.
By an
it's
airplane.
like younger Mike could look for deer in the fields easily. Now he's looking at the deer, and I'm like, Mike, we are now on the other side of the road.
So
can we come back to the road? Okay, here I'll hold on to the wheel.
He looks at the deer the way she sees it.
I'm like, dude, and granted, this is up north, so there's no other cars there, but I'm like, dude, I'm hanging on to the wheel. You can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, okay, we're good. Okay, now do we count them on? Okay, we're good. Okay, now we're going to Moe's.
How about you drive now?
Well, then that's what he says. Well, you need to drive then. I'm like, I think that probably needs to happen.
No, I can't drive. I might sneeze.
Yeah, I think we have less chance of me sneezing and than him counting deer. And then he'll go turkey.
Oh, that's true.
He'll go turkey.
Definitely.
I'm like, really? Turkeys are not that interesting. You don't have to veer the road for the turkey.
There were turkeys right over here the other day yesterday when I went home, or the day before. I
just look out the window. You know what's new in our area?
What?
Bald
Bears.
eagles.
Bald eagles?
Yeah,
at your house?
I've seen them 2 or 3 times a day.
Oh, by us,
awesome.
yeah.
On the fields.
There's one on Wandawega. There's a nest on Wandawega, so you'll see them over there. But then, we saw them up at the cabin all the time. Our cabins are in the same place, so up there they're everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's not gonna
everywhere.
start any rumors.
But they're here.
It's not the same cabin.
It's not the same cabin.
We have a tunnel between the two.
We do.
I don't have a cabin.
What it would be,
so
a 30-mile tunnel?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, 30, 40-mile tunnel. Yeah. So,
I don't have a cabin, so
but
I'm jealous. But I
eagles
also
are
don't
hot.
think, quote, up north exists, so...
Well, we're not there.
Y'all just say that when you don't want to answer the phone when I call.
How far north have you been?
Waukesha.
That's
That's
not.
not-
I'm just
my,
kidding.
Oh my lord.
The Dells. No, I'm just kidding. I've been to.
Minocqua?
One time I went to the Appleton Green Bay area with Ty to pick up a piece of equipment, and we got stuck in a tornado on the way home and just drove right
Yeah,
through
but
it.
you're running cities the whole way up there.
Yeah, that wasn't.
That doesn't really count.
You gotta
Yeah,
get
yeah.
out.
Oh,
the
I've been
woods.
to
Minocqua?
Lacrosse and Eau Claire.
Oh, Claire's up
Okay.
north.
Yeah, you're up
Okay. I've
Yeah,
been,
Claire's
I've
up
driven
north.
there
And
for
Lacrosse is
radio
cool
stuff.
because you get like 30 miles outside of Lacrosse, and all of a sudden it gets beautiful.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That you see
I
the
do
bluffs and
love
the
that
woods.
drive.
I mean, it's all of a sudden it's like
Absolutely.
boring. I went to school there, so
And
it's
it's
like
like-
all of a sudden it opens up.
Yeah.
It's like
Yep. I
Well,
agree.
if the weather holds, we should go on a burger run. You and Ty and Amy and I, and we could meet, I don't know, Renee at Moe's.
we could.
Oh, where is this?
North of Adams.
North of Adams.
Up north.
Yeah, up north.
See, I just don't think. I think you just drive up a certain distance and then fall off the earth, and then you end up in Canada.
See, but even our place in Adams is not up north. Like the people that
I
go
don't
up
know.
north aren't up north. They don't
Like I
think we're up
said,
north.
I
No.
just think that y'all tell me that you're up north when you don't want to answer the phone for me.
Well, like I
Well,
have said
sometimes,
many
yeah.
times, up north is a state of mind.
Yeah.
But if
But people
for
from
people
Illinois think,
south of Plover, up north starts at Portage.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for people that are north of Plover, it starts at Plover.
Oh.
But the people north of Plover talk about the lower part of the state as down below.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never
you're
really-
from down below.
Plover's over by
Or
Stevens
what are you
Point-ish.
doing this weekend? I'm going down below.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I really never thought. What do the people quote
Down
up
below
north?
Plover.
Call those of us who are. Now I know down
Yeah.
below. Okay.
We used to go to Lands of Lakes all the time, which is north of Eagle River.
Yep.
My parents had a place up there on the lake for, a long time.
My grandpa had one up there too. It was beautiful
Yeah.
up there.
And the first time somebody asked where I was from, I said Lake Geneva. And I was a kid. And they said, oh, you're from down below. And I went, down below what? Down below us.
See, that's the reaction
Sure.
that I have when
That's
people
where I'm
say
from.
I'm from the South. I'm just south of here. It's not the South.
Well, but you
Indiana is not
Genoa
the
City is
South.
but
not
you
the
but,
South,
but
but
you
it's
do
south of
say
here.
things funny because where you're from.
Oh, be careful.
You do talk funny.
Oh,
I know I do too.
I'll be the mediator in this one.
I know.
I was
know.
going to be nice.
Yeah, but I mean, you get a southern.
I
accent.
talk funny.
You definitely have a southern drawl with
Yeah, I
some
do.
things that you say. You
I
know?
for sure do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I for sure have a Wisconsin accent.
Like we
Yeah.
go-
Never noticed it.
Did you ever not notice? Yeah. mhm.
Like we-
yeah, never know. Yeah.
100% compliment each other.
We do?
She and I.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
it's
just try to stir the pot.
I know
You
you
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm good at it.
And
See, I
some,
was in the military. I was all over the place.
and sometimes you mediate. You're
I've
kind
had
of good. Sometimes
several
you and
accents.
Nancy, agree on something, and sometimes you and I do, and then sometimes us two do, and
Right.
it
We
kind of
always
is-
agree unless we're
It's a
disagreeing.
nice 3-pack.
It is.
Whatever.
Three-pack.
I don't know.
3-pack.
Well, I was going to say something else, and I thought I wasn't going to say that. 'cause
One
that-
more rumor.
Yeah,
it's
that's all you
okay.
need.
That's fine. Whatever. Rumors.
Did you not know what I was going to say? What
I'm
I-
not touching
off
anything.
air? I'll tell you what I was going to say, just so you know.
See, there you go. Just so you know.
Just so you know.
Oh, geez, that's funny.
See, she says.
You're going to love this one.
See, she says, just so you know.
Just
And I
so-
say, y'all just need to stop
y'all and-
not answering the phone for me. Right.
Although y'all is a great word.
Y'all is a great word.
Y'all is like the best
Everybody
word.
should use that
Everybody,
word.
yeah, I agree because it's just so encompassing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody uses
It's a
it.
very united type of a word. It's
Y'all.
just, everybody should use that word.
And everybody knows what
like,
you mean.
Yeah.
Like it's fall, y'all.
yeah. Yeah.
Except a
It
lot
really
of times,
is.
a lot of times I do follow y'all with, y'all,
Yeah.
something
Well, that's
like
no
that.
different than bless your heart.
Ah, well, I like that one
Bless
too.
your heart. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that
Yeah, I
one too.
learned that really early in my military career.
Not a positive thing
No, there's
usually.
two different
usually,
meanings to
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's usually not a good thing.
And if you can't figure it out, you're just a little bit dense.
Bless your
Yeah.
And that's the one you don't want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so
So
we were going to talk about insurance.
insurance.
And
Yeah.
umbrellas.
Yeah, insurance and umbrellas and
Supposed
yeah,
to rain.
don't y'all know? Yeah. I mean, the only thing I was going to talk about is, right now, the big maintenance thing is make sure you get those darn gutters cleaned out
Yeah.
and those downspouts placed where they need to go because, Milwaukee had all that water. It had all that water issue. It wasn't pretty. It's not fun. Water's the grossest. And if you don't take care of that, you're going to get ice damming on your roof. You're going to have, water in your basement. You're going to have foundation issues because if it keeps going on year after year, those little trees that are growing in your gutters, they may be cute, but get them off.
You'll be so proud of me.
They're no good.
They're no good.
Got
They're no
up
good,
on
yeah.
a ladder
Not at
last week and cleaned the gutters out of the building here.
Oh, good for you. I
Yeah.
like cleaning the gutters out. I like climbing on my roof and doing that.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Park your boat,
Just
bikes and
saying.
stuff.
I got
and-
up with the blower and cleaned my roof.
Yeah.
Sticks and leaves.
Are you a 1-story or 2-story?
One
Depends
story
which side
for
of the
now.
house you're
Oh,
on.
you have a walkout basement?
Right,
Yeah,
but
so
one
that would be
story, one story for now with a walkout basement.
Okay.
That could be
Be
changed.
the country, yeah.
Well, we got gutter
To be
screens that work
continued.
pretty good.
See, ours didn't. We had to
So I
take
just
them all off.
Blow 'em
Really?
out.
Because I've heard bad things about those.
Yeah, we ripped ours off, but we got a lot of trees. So I mean, things just got stuck in them anyway, and
Yeah.
so it was like it almost caused a backlog. They didn't get into the gutter, but then they
But
stacked
up on the
That's
on the
why
top.
you
Right.
gotta go blow the roof.
Well, yeah, and I blow
Yes,
it,
but
keep
if I
the
have to
screens
get
clean.
up there and clean something,
but we're
why
all
am I
oak
spending
trees.
money on
Because
gutter
it keeps
protection?
the major stuff out.
Yeah.
They're worth it. I think the big downfall to the gutter covers is people that get them think there's not going to get nothing is going to go in the gutter but water.
They're
Oh, yeah,
they're
no,
maintenance
that's
free.
not-
Right.
And your gutters,
Nothing is
your home is
maintenance-free.
never going to be maintenance free.
Right.
So you got to get up there and make sure they're clear.
Yeah.
I want to put them on my garage, but I got the same problem cleaning the gutters as I would going up there and cleaning the screens.
Right. It's too tall.
It's all from the ground, so I
Right.
might as well just save the money and clean the gutters.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I do.
Right.
And they all go into drainage, so
So
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah,
didn't
but-
think about, right? Like I'm all enjoying my yard and everything and
Hanging out, yep, and doing all that.
Right, and it's all great and everything. And then the other day I was like, oh God, there's leaves on these trees.
oh yeah.
Never even thought about it. Of course,
Yeah.
it's not my problem. I do the inside. Somebody else does the outside.
So you get a backpack blower. You power blow everything.
Oh yeah, we
It's-
have got
But
blowers.
see,
neighbors.
where you are, you can put them into the road. You can just blow them into the street in Elkhorn,
pick 'em up.
and they'll do a pickup. Yeah.
Put them on the curb.
Put them. Yeah.
You can't burn them.
You can't burn them. You
Oh,
just
no.
you just blow them all into your thing. With me, I have to burn mine, or I put them into the woods. We have the last kettle back there, the kettle marine, so we just put them back there.
I just remembered something really funny.
What?
So the first year we're at the new house, we're out in the country.
In the country. Yep.
Amy loves to rake leaves, and she has this
can come to
philosophy
my
of
house.
no leaf left behind.
Oh,
So it's got to be a
That's
clean
so
yard.
sweet.
So she raked them all up to the edge of the road, and I said, "What are you doing with those?" Well, the street department will come and pick them up. And I
Yeah,
said,
they
"No, they're not."
they don't do that in
No, they
in the
don't.
country. No, we have no
But
street
the
cleanup.
plow will push them back into your
They
yard.
will pull.
Oh my God.
Or if you make your pile in just the right spot, like at the end of your property line, the plow will pick them up and take them to your neighbor's yard.
Yeah, I like Gene. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, you just but you can
But
do that.
no,
just
it
so
was
you know.
it was funny, and now we have little burn spots all over the place.
Yeah,
That's hilarious,
Yeah.
though.
we just put them on.
But
the
you know,
stove.
she's
Left
never
behind. I
she
love it.
entire life until we bought this house has never lived
Right.
rurally.
right.
You know that.
So, yeah, you just-
curbside pick 'em and all
you
that was
just-
always there.
She's
And
a city
they'll-
girl.
You can do it every weekend. You can keep doing it, and then they'll finally say the final sweep is going to be on this date. So make sure the last of your stuff is there.
I did not know this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's with branches and stuff. I think they can only be X amount thick, like 1 inch thick or whatever. You can't have like branches out there, but like your
You can throw them all in the dually.
Mm-hmm.
The branches.
Oh, is the dually running?
Oh no.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, I don't-
I
I-
stopped paying attention.
I
when it was-
assumed. Shame on me.
no, it is. I think.
Okay, God, don't do that to me.
Rarely leaves the driveway. So.
I'm starting to sweat.
Yeah, but you can do that. But so buy a backpack blower. They're the best.
Oh no, we have blowers. My husband was a former
yeah, that's right,
landscaper
that's right.
in
So
another life. So
just
hey,
blow
guess
it up.
what?
Blow.
He graduated. He fixed his 32-inch walk behind.
No
So
way.
he's no longer using a 21-inch electric push mower to
Oh,
mow
geez,
our
for your whole
half-acre yard.
Yeah,
Right.
Which keeps getting bigger.
because there's not much in the front yard,
As
but
you
the
push the
backyard
jungle
is
back.
pretty decent.
Yeah.
The
whole,
backyard is sizable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I mean the front yard there's not much there, because you're closer to the road and the sidewalk and stuff. But the
Yeah.
back, that's a good chunk.
Yeah.
It's
So
the
he
biggest
got
part of
it.
the yard.
Well,
You know, back where the house isn't.
backyard. Yeah. You mean anywhere the house is not would be the biggest part
Well,
of the yard?
it's bigger than the house. Yeah.
Oh, I am 59 years old and I just learned that.
Stick around. I'll teach you
I
something
don't
else.
believe that you're 59 years old.
I don't either.
Oh, yeah. So
62.
No, you're not. Stop
No,
it.
you're not. Nice try. So anyway, right. So we've got all of those things to take care of before the
winter.
snow flies, the
'cause-
wind, all of these kind of things. But explain to people, remind them the difference between insurance coverage when there's water in your house.
Oh, we're talking about like everything that happened in Milwaukee and stuff. So there's different kinds of
because
water.
I saw a lot of people, like people were saying, well, the government needs to come in and help these people or whatever. And they're making comments like, well, where's their insurance? And I'm like,
a lot of that
it
stuff was
doesn't
not covered.
cover.
Yeah, it depends. So water, the only water that is covered on a homeowner's policy without it being an endorsed homeowner. So let's just talk about just
Normal coverage.
A normal, regular homeowner's policy is leakage. So like if a dishwasher leaks and causes damage to your flooring and all that kind of stuff, we're not going to fix your dishwasher, but we're going to pay for all that water damage it does to the flooring, the ceiling, whatever. Most policies, I should say, should have at least sewer backup coverage. And that's very specific water. So this is a buyback. You actually have to pay for it. But it gives you coverage where the septic system or your sump pump cannot keep up with the amount of rain that's coming down.
Okay.
And so instead of it being pumped out where it needs to go, it backs up. There's just too much of it. So that usually comes in through the little hole in your basement. You have that little hole, your sump pump area. Sometimes it comes through toilets. In the lower,
it can push up.
the lowest level. The second story, you're not going to have that happen, but
Floor
the lowest
drains.
level.
Well,
yeah.
and if you do have it in the second story, you have way bigger
that
problems.
just pretty much means the first story is gone.
Just go away.
Yeah, that one's gone. Yeah,
Just leave.
So that is very specific. So it can't come through the window. Water can't come through the windows. It can't seep through the concrete from the pressure. This is very specific. It comes through the hole or whatever. It's sewer backup. Sump pump failure is what it's called. There's a set limit. A lot of policies only have 5,000. Now I'm telling people that's not going to be enough because we all know the
Never.
cost to repair is ridiculous right now. So right now is the time to really look at your property limit that you have on your home, make sure that that's enough, but kick that up if you can. The other way water can get in, it's called hydrostatic pressure, and that's where the water builds up around your house. And think of water like an animal. It's going to look for the weakest point to get in. It's going to find a crack, if you have a cinder block basement or whatever, and it's going to push through. That is not covered. That's a maintenance issue.
Right.
That means that your landscaping is grading toward your property, your downspouts aren't working, your gutters are not cleaned out, to push the water away from the foundation of your home. So if you noticed in some of these rains that we've had that you're getting a little bit of a trickle coming in, let's nip that in the bud. Now we need to fix our landscaping a little bit. And sometimes it's just as easy as taking a extension for your downspout,
Do
and
you
get
know,
it farther away.
I have those extensions on my downspouts, and all of them around the house reach to the next block.
Yep. See, that works out good. And
That should work great for
I'm
you.
just kidding.
watch out! Don't put it into your neighbor's yard. When you're doing your extensions, don't have it where it opens up right next to your neighbor's house because we've had that issue too, and you could get in big trouble doing that. So just watch where the end of your downspout goes. The other way
Okay,
is true
fine.
flood. So flood, that would be surface water affecting two or more properties. If you're in a rural area, it's an acre or more. Surface water coming in through the windows. So that or windows and doors and all that kind of stuff. So you have to buy that through the programs through the federal government, it's through FEMA and the National Flood Insurance Program. A cool thing is that some of these insurance companies like Auto Owners and Acuity, they are now starting an inland flood program.
Ooh.
So, and it's very new. So you can actually endorse a homeowner's policy to have some true flood coverage for your basement because flood insurance doesn't pay for your cool man cave down there. It only pays for your mechanicals in the basement.
Huh?
So
That ain't right.
you can actually add that coverage on there. You just can't be in a high risk flood zone.
Right.
You have to be in just a normal flood zone, which most of us are unless you're next to a major water source.
Right.
So so those are the ways it can get in, but there are ways to protect yourself for most of it. Some of it's just due diligence and taking care of your
Right.
property.
Right.
And some of it there's insurance that you can purchase to help you.
Well, one of the easiest things you can do is take a walk around your house.
Yeah.
You should be
especially
taking a walk
after
around your
rain.
house.
If you got
Puddles.
puddles around the foundation, or if you have the obvious signs of puddles, get some dirt and fill it up.
Yeah.
get
Pea
your-
gravel.
this
Pea
is
gravel's
not
your
rocket
friend, too.
science.
I mean, if you're seeing that maybe
Right.
your house settled funky, pea gravel, all that kind of stuff, and dirt. Make sure your landscaping is spread away from your home. But usually, if it's a home that's been there for a while, you don't have that anymore. So just make sure your downspouts are there. Your gutters are clean. It's not just for ice damming and It's to keep the water away from your foundation. And once that water gets in through that foundation, it doesn't make the foundation any better when it gets in.
Oh, God, no.
Every
Yeah.
time it comes through, it chips a little bit away.
It's like water is like, like
Not your
fire
friend.
is a little animal. It needs oxygen. It's going to go to wherever the oxygen is, right?
Right.
Water is going to go wherever there is less pressure. And it's
Right.
just going to find that stress point that it
Fire
can
is
go.
a living, breathing monster.
It's a living, breathing monster.
It
So is water. Water's
Destroying
just
everything in
gross.
its path.
Water's gross, though.
It is gross.
I mean, it's. I would rather have a fire
stagnant
loss.
pond water is gross.
But just water getting into your house. Within like 5 hours, it just
It's
is
nasty.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
nasty. Like I would rather have a smoke fire, like a little kitchen fire, than have like water.
I don't
in my
know. Have
basement.
you
I
ever
don't
had
know.
a fire?
Yeah,
in your house?
my building burned down.
Right. Okay. So do you remember how you couldn't get that smell
Yeah,
out of your
you're right.
nose for a long
I had to toss
long
everything
time?
out, and
I had
the
a house
soot.
burned down, and there were no signs of that fire.
I think
a
I like
year and a half
that
later,
smell
and I
better.
could still smell it.
Because I like campfires and stuff. I guess I kind of am more comfortable
Well-
with that smell than with that stagnant,
Right.
Musty, mildewy.
Right, because the thing about that is that the fire's got, that smells in your mind
Right.
from the fire. But the water smell, the moldy smell, the
And getting
musty
into
and all
your
that,
lungs and
you're
getting
like,
into your- ugh.
and you're like, wait a minute, did I miss something? Like you think it could be there when like the fire smell,
Yeah.
it's not there. The
Or your
fire's out.
car. Did you ever leave your window open a little bit of crack and then it rained? And then for like a month, all you can smell
You're
is
like-
mustiness in your car because
Smells like an old boat.
yeah, no boat.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've never had a fire, and I've never had a water-filled house.
better knock on some wood. Of course, that's exactly what I asked you not to do.
Oh, is that time for
I'm
me
just
now?
kidding.
Yeah, we're not allowed to
I'm
do
just
that.
kidding.
You're not allowed to do that.
I don't
It
fidget
says
as
right
much.
there, Renee.
Do.
I don't fidget as much
Please,
as I used
try
to.
not
doesn't
to.
do all of those fidgety things
I
anymore.
used to do it. Now I sit back a little bit and I hold my hands really hard.
She sits on them.
Yeah, because
Sometimes
she's
I
all
sit on 'em.
relaxed. She's mellow today.
She is mellow today. Hey, so very quickly, we only have a couple minutes left. Medicare enrollment opened up
Yep.
or something
on
last
the 15th.
week?
15th. So Medicare, your open enrollment, if you want to get into a Medicare Advantage program,
Okay.
now is open enrollment. We have a guy at our office, Nick, that is what he does. So feel free to call our office. He, not a high pressure guy. He will just give you your options. Just have your medications, your list
Right,
of medications
right.
ready, and he can help you find the right program for
How
you.
old do you have to be for that?
65 or.
You got to apply before 65.
Well, you can be on it if you're disabled before.
Right.
So that'd be yeah. So
Okay.
But Medicare is 65. If you're just getting your letter and you know that you're going to be turning 65, he can also help you navigate through the Social Security thing and the Medicare card and all that kind of
Nice.
stuff.
Okay.
So he's really good that way. His name is Nick. Awesome. But even if you're in a program right now is the time to enroll into your Medicare Advantage program. You can only enroll now.
When does the marketplace open up?
The marketplace opens up in November, so we have a little bit more time, but we need to jump on that. A lot of changes both on the Medicare side and the Affordable Care Act for standard insurance. Some companies have moved out of the county. I'm sure you're hearing on the news a lot of United Healthcare was having an issue
Yeah.
with Essentia. There's some other issues with Aetna going on. That they're not having the meeting of the minds. So it's just there's some issues going on. So don't just assume what you had last year is going to keep going. You definitely need to sit down and talk to somebody and make sure you are where you think you are because things are changing.
So I have a question that maybe you can or can't answer. What if you are on Medicare, Medicaid, Meta, whatever, and and they all of a sudden quit paying for something like, I don't know, you're diabetic and they won't cover your insulin anymore.
Well, they can't just stop. They can't just. There's no whim that they can just say we're not going to pay for it anymore.
You mean like when the like when you, like they don't,
Like-
they can't just stop in the middle of a term.
Yeah, they can't just.
Yeah, I'm just
So-
asking because I've heard some things. That's what I'm checking into.
Well, there are some things going on, and on the Medicare side, this is not my expertise. And
That's why I
definitely-
said if you can't answer.
I don't know the specifics about a lot of it, but they can't just like if you have a health insurance plan and you're locked into it, they can't all of a sudden say we're not going to pay for your diabetic medication.
No, but they can say when
you can't go to
this
this
year's
hospital
up,
anymore.
we're not going to
They
anymore.
can 100%, and that's your time
So-
to look at what other options you have. We
Okay.
did have the problem with the United Healthcare not meeting minds with Essentia, where that did happen midterm, where you could not go to Essentia if you had a United Healthcare policy because
They wouldn't accept it.
They wouldn't accept it because there wasn't a meeting of the minds. And if all your doctors were in that program, you kind of now had to find another doctor midterm. So that was why that was such a big deal. It would be different if it happened during the open enrollment time, that you could say, okay, I use Essentia, so now I need to change my carriers. I'm going to use Anthem, or I'm going to use something else so that I can use my Essentia doctors. Hopefully they'll have a meeting of the minds by the end of the year, and people can go back to that. But that did happen, like just recently. So where people all of a sudden, it's like, as of Monday, you no longer can use Essentia if you have United Healthcare, or you can use them, or you got to pay out of pocket.
And they figured it out by, like you said, I mean, I think it was the 14th or 15th of October, and then they did decide. I think they did say, because that it was like October 1st to October 14th or 15th, and they did say that people would be covered retroactively.
Right.
That was one of the things, but.
But do you want to take that
Can
chance?
you
if it's
imagine
something
if they
major?
weren't? Right.
Well, especially with people who are now on a fixed income.
Right.
Because, God forbid, if you earn money while you're on Social Security.
And it was
you get
a
punished for that.
percentage based about what was being paid for services and stuff. It was based on a percentage that one party wanted more than the other party was willing to give, and the one was more what the national standard was, but the other one wanted more. But I don't. That's not what I do. But
It's
but
a
of course I
negotiation.
it is a
If
negotiation.
anybody's
that's
having a
cause it.
problem with that, they should call your office.
Yeah, Nick is awesome. He knows all that stuff, and like I said, he doesn't handle like car, auto, home,
Right.
business. He doesn't do any of that.
He specifically
This is what
does
he
this.
does.
Yeah.
So he knows what's going on in the government. He knows what's going on in that marketplace. He knows what's going on with the insurance companies, and he's just a nice guy. I mean, he's not going to be.
Well,
he's not a sales guy. Like our
Right.
office, I would never allow somebody salesy to be in our office. He's just, here's your information for you to make that decision that makes you
Right.
comfortable.
Right. How do we
know?
get in
but
touch
he knows
with Nick?
what's going on.
You can call him at our office. We can do that. You can call us at 262-742-4029.
Henricks-Wilging Insurance Company. I didn't even really introduce her.
Don't
Oh,
really
by the way, I'm
Everybody
Renee.
knows. Yeah.
By the way, I'm Renee. Some people call.
Oh, yeah.
She's from up north.
I'm from up north.
Up north.
Up north and East Troy.
Elkhorn,
Elkhorn.
Sugar Creek.
Anyway.
Creek Township.
So thank you very much for joining us
Thank you.
this morning, madam. And are you traveling anywhere anytime soon?
No more traveling.
Good for us.
Not
That
till
means you'll be back next
2027.
month. Okay.
That's kind of boring.
It is kind of boring.
It
I'm
is
kind of
kinda
glad I left the country way too much this year.
Oh, okay. Well, stick around.
Okay, stick
All
around.
right.
We'll
Hang
be right
out with
back.
us.
Stick around. We'll be right back
we can
for
do that.
more Life Matters.
She's right. I'm just going to end it. We'll be right back right after this on Lake 96.1.
Life Matters continues on Lake 96.1.
Welcome back to Life Matters. One of my favorite guests ever. I say this about a lot of people, but like I'm totally serious about Rita.
But there's like three
Rita
that we mean it.
I know. I know. I mean, I'm nice, but I'm really nice when
Right.
Rita shows up because
You have to be.
I mean, I don't know if you've been watching her Facebook page, but this girl has been doing a lot of things. She's been winning championship things. I don't even know how to describe it, but Rita, what has gotten into you? No, I'm just kidding. Who stays this busy, plus raises a family, plus works all these jobs, plus does all of these things? How do you even do this?
I am trouble if I'm bored.
Oh, that's true. Okay. It does keep us off the streets, right? When we stay
She's
busy.
trouble when
right.
she's focused, too, though, in case you haven't noticed.
Right,
It's
right.
true. It's true.
Right, that's true. But so Rita is the person. I mean, there's other people, but Rita is the person that does the American Ghost Walk tours here in Lake Geneva. And nobody knows these stories like Rita does. Nobody. And I don't care what historian you're talking to. I don't care about any of that. Nobody can, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is because it's not really communicate, but nobody can present this area and the stories about all of these other dark past things in Lake Geneva like Rita does.
Yeah,
And
she makes it fun.
oh God, she makes it fun. She makes it scary. She makes it interesting. She makes it real. She makes it relatable. Like there's all like it's a completely different experience, I would imagine, And I wouldn't know, though, because I won't go on a tour without her.
We should have her
I won't try anyone else.
tell a story, and we can play it on Halloween.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of like old time radio thing.
I mean,
you go.
I was really going to ask. I'm honestly, and this is a totally serious question. I want to know how you feel about the fact that they're getting ready, obviously not this year, but next year. They're going to tear up Main Street in downtown Lake Geneva.
I know.
They are going to rattle some proverbial cages there. And I honestly want to know how you feel about what if there will be some kind of effect.
Absolutely.
Like what's going to happen?
They say, and I think I found it to be true, that when you have construction, especially in historic buildings, it literally, that's how I describe it, rattling the bird cage.
Yeah.
You just shake up sort of the comfort zone of the spirits that may or may not be there, and activity tends to be heightened after construction. So that's going to be a challenge for the ghost tour to move around a little bit. But
Right.
I feel like we're going to get some new material out of that.
Well,
And
that's
it's
what I'm
gonna
wondering.
It's going to go deep on Main Street.
I know.
Because that elevation has come up over the years.
Yeah. I am interested to see. I will be interested to watch, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, is, how the vibrations and the actual construction itself manifests as far as some of there's tunnels everywhere under Lake Geneva.
There is.
And I will be very interested in the engineering kind of aspect as how that shaking and that rattling and that vibration and what gets affected and what doesn't, and if anything changes or shifts or, and I mean like structurally. But then again, you also have this, like you said, the spiritual part of it. Like you literally are rattling the cages. And so but I believe you. I think you're going to get more material out of it too.
I think
something's
going to
happen.
And we're always out trying to find, what new stories, what stories that already corroborate what we already know. We're constantly, the tour's evolving. What started 8 years ago, the first one I told, is not the same tour I tell now.
course.
And I'm sure after next year, I'm going to have a whole new one to talk about.
Right. Well, and it's going to take 2 years. I will tell you this as far as navigating downtown. One half is going to close and they're going to resurface. They're going to redo that. And then the next year, the other half is going to close. And when I say half, I don't mean east to west. I mean one side of the street, right? So there will always be through traffic going through there. And there should, obviously, the stores are going to have to stay open and everything. The thing that's going to be missing is the parking stalls. Yes. So you'll be able to stay on the sidewalks. You'll be able to do that. There will be no parking stalls because that will actually be a lane of traffic.
But
you see what I mean?
Getting around. Boy, you know what?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be a nightmare.
I'm really glad I don't work for the police department anymore.
Although there won't. I mean, for a stretch, there's going to be far fewer felony U-turns. I mean, that's one of the favorite. No, they won't
I don't
be
know.
able.
We've seen some pretty wild ones down there.
Oh no, but they won't. I mean, they'll run into construction equipment. Like they literally won't be able to.
That's going to stop them?
Well, I mean, I would hope so.
It won't.
No, because it's just going to be two skinny lanes. Like there's not going to be.
Well, those big banks of snow in the middle of the road didn't stop anybody.
Oh
Pull
God.
cards over those all the time.
No way. People are so stupid.
Yeah, if you're teetering on a snowbank, probably been a little bit drinking going on.
No.
Yeah.
Can't park there.
So they look around, they go, where?
Like, there's no.
Who put that there?
Oh my God, I'm in the air.
I'm telling you. Seen some
That's a different
crazy
type of
stuff
spirit.
downtown.
Different
That's
type
it,
of
right.
spirit.
That is true. But tell us, how are the Ghost Walk tours doing? This is a huge season for that, obviously.
We are rocking. So it's our 8th year, and this is the first year we've done 7 days a week.
Oh, you
wow.
are?
Yeah.
Holy
it just
cow.
keeps growing. I had no clue when we started that anyone was even going to like them.
Right.
I hoped. I knew we made a good thing, but
Right.
I didn't know it was going to take off. And then, we hired on an extra guide, and now we have 3 guides total, me and 2 others.
That's awesome.
And then now we're 7 days a week, so you can come any night.
So how many tours you got going out a day, average?
One guaranteed, but then now it's spooky season, so some nights we have 2 or 3 a night.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. As
That's
they fill
pretty
up,
cool.
As they fill up, we add more.
What's the
Nice.
latest that you start?
We've done midnight tours before.
No
We don't
way.
have any on the schedule right now, but I'm open to suggestion if anybody wants one. I think right now the latest we have, they start at 9:30, so they end around 11:15.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Perfect.
a midnight one would be awesome.
We did a midnight one on Halloween a couple years ago. That was fun.
And Halloween is on a Friday night this year. That's got to be booked. Is it booked?
We have 2 tours, and there's maybe 10 tickets left total.
Ooh, yeah, almost booked. Yeah, that's gonna be sold
time.
out.
It's gonna be fun.
How about, are you still at Black Point? Are they open at this point? I don't know what their days are, their hours. And you were doing Black Point tours, which, right up your alley, right? I mean, it's just less. Well, there's a little bit of activity at Black Point, is there not?
Listen, I might have. Okay. Let me back up because I have to officially say yes, I work there. It is owned by the state of Wisconsin,
Right.
and on behalf of the state of Wisconsin, Black Point is not haunted.
Right.
Big pause. Some weird stuff happened yesterday.
Oh,
So I accidentally became very important there because I just joined last year just to tell tours once in a while because
you love to tell the stories.
I love to talk. I love history. I like.
And she was starting some trouble with old school bathing suits and and dares and bets and stuff. How'd that turn out?
I never did get him in the bathing suit. I tried.
That's hilarious.
I tried. But
weird
You got
stuff.
honored to bet if you make the bet.
Okay, don't interrupt her. Weird stuff happens.
But we're going to get off on a tangent like we do, and then we'll never talk about the weird
I'm
stuff.
backing away from my mic.
Go sit in the corner.
Can't hear me, can't you?
So I accidentally became important there, and now I'm one of the key holding site managers.
Okay.
I just keep weaseling my way in farther and farther, as I do. And I was there by myself yesterday.
She's going to be the police chief in a couple minutes too.
You
So
know.
just she gets in there too.
It could happen.
No, I'm just
Like I said, I get in trouble if I
know.
get bored.
So you were there.
I was there by myself opening up, and that's inherently creepy. You're in this 8,000 square foot lakefront mansion. It's dark. It was raining yesterday, and you're the only person there, and it's, quiet. And first thing, I'm standing in the gift shop, and I think I hear someone whistle, and I figured it was my boss, Dave, coming in. I even yelled out, "I'm over here." And there was silence, and I was like, uh-oh. So then I go and I walk around the outside. I'm like, maybe it's, somebody else showing
Check
up.
something out.
They're
Right.
starting to take some piers out around the lake. Maybe it was an employee. I'm nothing if not skeptical by nature. I tend to not believe in things more than I believe in them, despite what I do for a living.
Right.
And then I discovered there's nobody there. I'm like, well, okay, that was weird, but whatever. I go walking through the house, and it's dark and it's quiet, and I was recording. I have the videos of it because I always do a cute little social media, like, oh, look how cute the empty dark house is. And it was dark and quiet, and I come around where I had already been, and all of a sudden there's this loud, staticky noise, and I stop dead in my tracks. I pull my camera back out, and I start recording. I'm like, I know what this is, and it wasn't on a second ago. We have a CD player in the dining room that plays this recording of our 1895 music box. It's, one of those do-do-do-do-do music boxes. And every morning we turn it on, and the CD plays. It was not set to CD, and it had been off when I came through 5 minutes earlier, and it was on radio to static, volume cranked all the way up. And I was like, what is happening? And then I had to go stand in the gift shop by myself and gather myself. I was legitimately scared, and I have never been legitimately scared there before.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's haunted.
No.
Should my employers at the state of Wisconsin be listening?
But
We're not taking it that way.
but
I'm saying maybe my imagination got the best of me, and or fill in the blank.
wow.
I had to go stand in the bright lights by myself for a minute.
So then that was it, and it didn't so did you shut it off?
I did.
So
and
you turned it off.
I turned it off and went on about
You
my
didn't
day.
hear any
right?
voices say, hey, I was listening to that or
No.
nothing like that? Okay.
But listen, we decorated the house 2 days ago. We're doing Echoes of Morning, which is this little add-on at Black Point. It's no extra cost for the ticket to come out. You get a normal house tour. But we've decorated 2 rooms the way they would have if there was a Victorian funeral happening. So you drape all the portraits in black fabric. All the mirrors get draped in black fabric.
Right.
We have a Victorian mourning dress on the second floor. We have a hair wreath. Do you know what one of those is?
Yes.
It's made out of actual hair woven.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And we put that on display. And then 2 days later, some weird stuff was happening. My coworkers were making fun of me because, of course, I'm telling everybody when they come in, I'm like, the ghosts are ghosting here. And they're like, ha ha, Rita. And I'm like, yeah, ha ha. I'm just being silly.
Wait till you're here by yourself.
It is unnerving when you're alone.
Listen, I am 100%. I 100% believe that that's what that was. I mean, you set yourself up for it, though. You decorated the house for the mourning period. Like
we
what,
did.
Yeah,
and I was
you
being
guys
kind of
did it.
silly 2 minutes before it turned on because I was making my little Instagram story video and I was showing them like, kind of like an advertisement. Here's all of our cool draped portraits because it's quite an effect when you
Right,
walk
it
in.
is.
It's very somber.
Yeah.
But I was funny because my contribution to the decorations are we have these little placards with Katarina's face on it. She's the woman who her and her husband built the house in 1888. And it says, please don't sit on my furniture. And we put them on all of the chairs. And I took a little tiny piece of black fabric for the 2 placards in the living room. And I draped it over her tiny little face on. And I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Also, you have to cover up faces. So
Right,
I was
right.
doing the right thing, but it was funny. And I took a little video. I'm like, I'm so funny. Ha, ha, ha. And right after that, the static kicked on.
Maybe she
I
didn't
think-
think you were so funny.
I don't
I
think
think
she
they-
liked me.
I think they do think she's funny. I think they were just trying to get her attention.
Sounds like it worked.
It sure
Well,
did.
yeah, because it worked.
It sure did.
I don't think they were trying to scare you. I don't think any spirit would ever try to scare you because you go into it with, I want to help you or tell stories about you or lift you up or whatever. Like you don't go into it like, oh my gosh, this is not true. With any negative sort of connotation to it. And so you want to tell these people stories. And if they didn't want their stories told, the spirit wouldn't be here in the first place.
Exactly. And I didn't realize when I started even doing ghost tours 8 years ago, and it's really become clear the more I work at Black Point and more of like a traditional history aspect instead of the weird history aspect. I always say history is just people's stories. It's just us, but a long time ago. We have more in common with those who came before than anything else. And ghost stories are just the next chapter of that.
Right.
And history preserved is best shared with others. So I didn't realize it's kind of a sacred job to tell these people's story. I'm speaking of real people.
Right.
And I take it very seriously. Even
You do.
Even though I have a ton of fun and I'm very silly with it.
Right.
I take it seriously.
But it is
Well,
very
that's what
serious.
makes it so engaging, Whether you believe in this stuff or not, I think is irrelevant.
Yeah. It
Because
doesn't matter.
the way you tell the stories, you get everybody involved in it. Last time you were in here, you were telling a story about the lady at the library. And you know me, I don't buy into this stuff very quickly, but
You were on
I
the
was
edge of your
definitely
seat.
engaged in the story. Yeah, but that was you. That's the way you present it. And I think that's the coolest thing about all this is the way you present it and the history that you bring to it.
Thank you.
You don't believe the library lady story?
He doesn't not believe.
I don't buy into this without thought.
Good.
Okay. So I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not.
It's true.
But I always wonder if you really don't believe in it, do you notice this stuff? You know what I mean? Sometimes I wonder if you're a person that just like, that's all a bunch of crap. I don't believe it. Do you miss it? Or is it the people that do think about it, like you guys? Are you catching little things and they turn into something else? I don't know.
I definitely think you have to have a certain level of open-mindedness.
Yeah, I would.
I've
I would
seen
think so.
two takes on that though, because some people are oblivious. They don't believe, and they're not. They're. I don't know how to say this nicely.
Well,
They're inwardly focused, and they're not going to notice if anything. Because
Right.
oftentimes hauntings are very subtle.
Right.
They're not going to catch that cold breeze across
Right.
the back of their neck because
Well,
they're
it's
just
just
not
something
paying
that doesn't
attention.
bother 'em.
Right, exactly. And then sometimes there are people who are like, I don't believe, I absolutely do not. And then something happens that rocks them. And they're never going to say it was a ghost, but you can tell when they're talking about it that it had a profound shaking
Yeah.
of their
Right,
birdcage, so
right.
to speak.
And I think I'm kind of in the middle of that. I will believe when I see it.
Yeah.
And I have seen and heard things and heard stories and stuff where you go, well, there's an explanation for it. I still don't know what the explanation is.
Exactly.
But I'm also that guy that I have no problem operating in the dark. It doesn't bother me.
And you never get creeped out walking through.
I can't say never, but
Rarely.
yeah, I'm comfortable in the dark.
I'm not, man. I'm jumpy.
So-
And I tend to err on the side of not believing in things until, but
Well, you're very open-minded
I'm
about it.
super open-minded, and I know that there's so much I don't know.
Yeah, you know it's real, but you want it it's got to be proved to you. You're not just going to buy into it because somebody said it.
Exactly, but I
right.
believe people when they tell me they've had an experience. What they believe it is, I don't know. But I believe when people say I had something terrifying happen to me, yeah, I
believe they
you.
did.
I believe you did.
Whether
what it
I
was.
believe it's terrifying or not is a totally different
Exactly,
thing, but
it's
it's not
right.
my experience.
It's subjective, absolutely.
Right.
I think too, and I've been talking about this a lot more on my ghost tours this year. I feel like I'm sort of like a scholar of people being haunted now. I'm watching people be haunted,
right.
And I'm studying it a little bit. I don't think it matters if we believe or not, and I don't think it matters if we can prove that ghosts are real or not, because the best part of all these stories is that unknown portion of it. And here's my theory behind it. I'm really proud of this one. Think about the last scary movie that you watched, if you watch those.
Right.
You know, we all think that the best part of a scary movie is the jump scare, right? When the demon pops up and we throw our popcorn and our heart starts racing. That's fun, but the best part is not that. It's the 45 seconds beforehand when the music gets all tense and you don't know. And here's my absolute proof of that. Think about Jaws. That movie's not as famous for the shark that eats people as it is for the music that plays before.
For sure.
Yeah, so that's where I like my ghost tours to be. We're in the music, we're in the unknown portion
Right,
of it, and then
right.
people can do with that what they want.
It's
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
It's fun.
I am.
It's adrenaline.
Yeah,
Adrenaline's fun.
yeah.
I
it's-
have not done all of the research that I want to do, but I am doing. So I've as everybody knows now, I bought this house. It's 140 years old. It was built in 1880.
I love it.
And I haven't done all of the historical research that I want to do. I've done a little bit, but I haven't really delved into it. You know, we've been working a little bit harder on, making it, more livable than it was. And so I just haven't talked to anybody about it. I really want to do that. I have not necessarily seen or felt anything that could be attributed to it being haunted or occupied in any way yet. But that just means that I just haven't noticed it. I have a feeling that when I start looking into the history, just because of the way the house was built, like, for instance, you talked about at Black Point how you have set up the house like for the morning. What'd you call that? The
echoes of mourning.
Echoes of mourning, right. So we also lived in a house out in Delavan that was a really, really old farmhouse. And, people have to remember that all those years ago, they didn't have funeral homes.
It was in your home.
It was in your home. And so a lot of times when you see these houses and they have these really great big windows and there's a, quote, like parlor type area, that was where they would have the funeral. We lived in a house in Delavan. I've told you that story, right? Where the painting was there. And the one sister, so the whole family lived there. They all died at the house. The only person left that wasn't scratched out of the oil painting was the one sister that died last, right? Which is creepy in itself. But anyway. And so, this house is sort of set up like it's got that big porch. It's got that big window. It's just got that. And I know that there's some history there, and I can't wait to look into it. I haven't yet, but I definitely want to. I haven't found anything except down in the basement. There are where they put they put up it's lath and plaster through the whole house, right? And then there's lots of concrete that they went and patched. Or they did this or that. There's little kid handprints. Oh, nice. There's a little girl that there was a little girl that lived there, and her name was Verna. Her name is written in some of the concrete, and like her initials and stuff. There's dates carved into concrete. One of them is December 3rd, 1904.
Oh, I love that.
Right. And so I really want to look at that history. I really want to find out who this little girl was, whatever. She's clearly spent a lot of time in the basement, which concerns me. Yeah. So
that might be some sad history.
Right. Do I really want to know this history? But it's these old houses, Lake Geneva and the surrounding area, this county and the surrounding area is just so chock full of these stories and histories of all these houses, just like Black Point. Yeah. Maybe not as exciting as Black Point, and maybe not as
more.
Or maybe more.
I mean, every place has, and all the history is so intertwined.
Exactly.
And it has ties to these incredible wealthy families. Like, you can follow these threads, and it's fascinating. And so much of it overlaps, and it's so much fun.
Have you learned what's new in the Ghost Walk tour? Anything new?
what's new in the Ghost Walk tour? You know what? I keep putting myself in the tour more because weird stuff keeps happening. And I've found that at least most of the crowds really enjoy that sort of breaking of the fourth wall.
Absolutely. Right.
Now we're going to talk about something that happened to me or a guest on the tour as well. And we just kind of keep stretching it out and building it out. And I've reorganized the stops because it's kind of like moving furniture around a little bit.
Sure.
You know, you got to freshen her up a little.
Well,
Redecorate.
you always
redecorate.
you always make
Plus,
changes.
I never want it to sound like I'm just doing the same thing I've done for 8 years, because then you can feel that in somebody when they're just repeating themselves.
Yeah.
I never repeat the same.
There's no emotion in it. They're just going through the motions.
Right.
Yeah. The facts are the same, but the way I'm going to tell it depends on which way the wind is blowing.
Right.
That's just it. It's how you tell the story. It's not the story.
Right. I wanted to sort of, sometimes when people talk, for instance, about the library, right? And they say, oh, well, they should just do this or that with that property, and they should do this or that with that property. And I know, and I want to go on and make, it's on social media or something. And I always want to go on and make some comment like, I don't think you understand they're not allowed to do that, or whatever. But I don't remember all of the exact facts. And so since I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but it's just interesting to me that, one of the things about this area is that if you would go on this tour, this Ghost Walk tour, you would learn so much more. It's not just about the spirits.
The spirits are like the sprinkles on top.
Exactly.
I always say it's a history tour that I trick you into coming on because I'm going to scare you too.
Right. Right. Exactly. Like the Baker House. That just always the Baker House loves Rita.
Yeah, they wave.
They do.
And
they open doors and windows.
It's been really active there the past couple weekends for me and my other guides too. We're always texting each other like, hey, the curtain was flapping in the window on my tour tonight, and guests are getting videos of this stuff. Is it somebody inside the Baker House flapping the curtain? Maybe. I'm never going to 100% say yes or no, because then I could be wrong.
But you're not having
just don't
that
know.
done.
I'm not having that done.
You're just
And
experiencing it.
It's unnerving when you're in the middle of a tour and you can tell that the guests are like freaking out about something happening.
Right.
And I tell them now at the beginning, if you see something, friends, you need to clue the tour guide in.
Right.
Yeah.
I too would like to see the thing.
Right.
But you interrupt me. That's
There's
cool.
a chance you may see some freaky stuff tonight.
You might.
Right. Like I said, I am really, really interested how it will change and how the walk will change during and after the Main Street construction.
Same.
I am very interested in
me
how
too.
that will change. I really believe that there will be some, and I don't know if substantial is the word, but maybe it is, substantial changes or information or just, substantially new things that come to you or that you see or that,
so.
you know what I mean? Because I really believe that, I don't think that I can't imagine that it's been shaken up this much all at once for the stretch that it's going to ever in the history of Lake Geneva.
I don't think so. I think it's just been built on.
Right.
And you know
exactly.
there's a bunch of buried secrets.
And I'm
How could there not be?
Right.
We know.
Something as simple as I used to mention it. Sometimes I still mention it on tours. 731 West Main Street. It's CR Good Finds right now. It's been a number of different businesses over the last few decades. Awesome store, by the way. They have a couple of spirits there, and one of them is this little girl, and nobody knows who she is, and we can't find her records. We can't find anything, but so many people see her and experience her. And I'm hoping maybe we find something with her.
Right.
That's kind of what I'm putting out there. Like
Right.
I really, it's a dead end right now as far as I can tell. And that's the same site where I think it was 2006, staff goes down into the tunnel in the basement and they find a gambling ledger hanging like inside this door that's down there. So there's
Sure.
history's only as fixed as the things you can find.
Right. It's just so interesting.
It is.
Well, when you talk to the people that have been around a while, they tell stories that they're buried. I mean, I remember Dick Fritz telling us one night about doorways that were below street level now.
Yeah.
And that used to be street level. So the elevation of that road has come up significantly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would just be interested in like engineering structurally kind of thing, like it's literally, since the last time that they did anything major to downtown Lake Geneva, the equipment is also much different, much bigger.
True.
And
yeah.
so
That'd be interesting.
Just just the vibration of the engines themselves. You know what I mean? Like just that's that whole. It's going to be a lot of work, and they're going to do it as quick as they can. There's going to be a lot of digging. There's going to be a lot of different things, and physically and again structurally, yes, it's going to be shaken up. But man,
there's going to be a lot of shaking going on.
I think you are the one that's going to come back with the best stories from the construction.
Oh, I plan on it.
Yeah, I mean it's incredible. We only have a couple minutes left, but I want to talk about really quick You recently had sort of a huge personal experience and success story, and I would really like for you to share that with everybody because it's an incredible story.
Are we talking about my competition?
Yes, we are.
So it started almost as like a lark because I competed in bikini bodybuilding.
Right.
I just turned 40 this year, and I thought, well, how fun would it be to dress up in an itty bitty bikini and put on a weird tan and let strangers tell me if I look good or not to celebrate my 40th birthday.
Right.
Well, as you do.
Right. I mean, who would not want to do that?
And it started.
Sure.
But here's where it comes from, and we're going to get a little philosophical on this one. Every time in my life, and I've learned this about myself, every time in my life I see somebody do something phenomenal, my first knee-jerk reaction is to say, I could never. How cool for them. I could never. And I've had some acquaintances compete. I've seen people online compete, and I've always had that, oh, amazing, I could never. And every time I think to myself, I could never, that's what I got to go do.
Right.
I have to go. Here I am nevering like I've nevered before. I have to go do it. So I quietly started training, and then finally I said last August, okay, I'm doing it. And I competed twice this year, and I came in first.
Of course you did.
Won them both.
Hello. I mean, that is amazing because I am here to tell you I could never do it. There's not going to be a second sentence to that phrase. There's not going to be anything like, nope, that's it. But that was amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Is what I wanted to say.
Too.
Because yes, you should be. And I mean, just drop dead gorgeous. It was, you look phenomenal. And the amount of work that it takes because you are clearly so toned and so like there's very specific focuses. I know that you have places, areas of your body you have to focus and there's a certain way that they want you to look and all of that, and it's very I would imagine rigid and
it is
and a strategic workout.
It is. And I trained myself, and that's something I'm going to brag for a minute.
Good. Because
typically when you go to compete in bodybuilding, you hire a coach.
Right.
And you pay your coach a ton of money, and they're worth every penny. I, once upon a time, got my personal trainer certification just because I've always loved working out. I haven't really used it professionally, but I'm like, I'll train myself.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't have the wiggle room in the budget to hire a coach. And my husband was kind of looking at me sideways. He's like, you're going to do what?
Right.
And how much does it cost? I'm like, just you be quiet.
I can do it.
Let me put on the little bikini. It's fine.
Right.
And so I trained myself.
And he said, okay.
Yeah. Oddly enough, he was very agreeable when the bikini came out.
Yeah. What? Like, what?
I'd like to say I'm shocked, but I don't think I am.
I don't think I am either.
But yeah, so I trained myself, and I think I was the only self-coached athlete at both shows. And I took home first place in a couple categories against people with coaches, and that made me feel really good. And it's the camaraderie there too. I'm not talking down about any of those competitors. They're amazing. There are people who beat me in other categories. It's everyone's just excited for each other because we all know that you've been in it together. It takes about 20 weeks of prep, they call it,
right, to
get sort of leaned down to be stage ready, and it's hardcore.
It is.
And everybody shows up, and we're all hungry, and we haven't had a carb in forever, and you can't wear deodorant with those big dark spray tans, so everybody stinks, and you're all just loving on each other. You're like, you're amazing, and you're amazing.
That's awesome.
It's wild. And
how do you get so shiny?
Oil, cooking grease.
Oh, okay.
So they do the tan, and it's like paint.
Right before the
basically.
rotisserie.
Yeah.
That's where you get the tan.
Oh. About 20 minutes before you go on stage, they have people there from the tanning company, and you stand in front of them, and they have their gloves on, and they're just oiling people up next, oiling people up next, oiling people up. It is a wild, wild scene. It's so weird, and I love it, and I'm addicted, and I'm competing again next year.
That was my next question is are you going to go back?
I am
not over.
Literally a history buff. You like that?
You are. Oh my God, you're hilarious. History buff. Do you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
See, we have jokes even without Jackson.
Right.
We just call Rita.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rita, how do we go on a ghost tour? Tell everybody how we sign up, make a reservation.
You can find us at AmericanGhostWalks.com or LakeGenevaGhost.com. And you can book us. We have a handful of tickets left this season yet.
Yay.
So, yeah.
I'm so proud of you guys doing it 7 days a week. That's awesome.
Me too.
Yeah,
But
it
I
is.
can see why. I should go again before the season ends just because I want to just see.
Anytime. You have a standing open pass. You come anytime.
I love it. She just turns around and I'm standing there.
We've
No,
done
I'm
that
just
to
kidding.
her before, and she just ignored us.
Well, I know she did do that. She did ignore us, yeah.
I would have ignored us, too.
I saw you. Just let it happen.
I know.
I know.
We know.
You walked by once and you're like,
Little side
Rita,
eye.
and I just waved and kept on talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
And
kind of
people
more
ex-
like, get out of here.
And people accept, they accept that she's just,
Yeah.
everybody knows Rita.
It happens.
How many repeats do you have? How many people come back and go again?
Regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have regular fans, I guess, which
That's
is
pretty
wonderful.
cool.
And I'm so grateful that the community has loved on us and they allow us to be there. You know, it takes all of us to kind of work together and make
Oh,
it
sure.
happen.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that people just keep coming and leaving great reviews. And
That's pretty
I
cool.
love it.
To have 3 different people doing it and
Yeah.
still having the same response. It's
Yeah. That's big
unheard of.
growth.
Yeah, it is.
Big growth. You grow, girl.
yeah.
Look at
boy.
her. All right. Rita Moore, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your season and check back in with us.
I'll report back.
Yeah.
Things start shaking.
Yeah, things start shaking. Anyway, we'll be right back with Just Stop. Just stop, Tom. Just stop.
I did.
Just stop.
Yeah.
Right here on Lake 96.1. Did you miss part of the show? You can find Life Matters with Tom and Nancy in its entirety. Just search Life Matters on Spotify, YouTube, or go to lake961.com.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
Stop it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop right there.
Stop. Stop it.
Just stop talking.
All right. There's a lot of things that people just need to stop. Lots of things this
Oh, we're
week.
going to hit the ground running on this,
People
huh?
just need to stop. We are going to hit the ground running. I want to know why all of these people that keep getting thrown out of these ball games for acting stupid, acting like Karens, all have the same damn haircut.
They go to the same brain surgeon.
Well,
think they
something.
share the same brain cell.
Okay, hold on. I dropped my glasses.
It's like you're having problems over there.
They're down here by the dog bed. Because we regularly have animals in the...
I was going to say, I didn't see you running around today.
No. Both Mike and I bring our dogs in on a regular basis.
That's why we had to
so-
take the mice trap out. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. One
catch a
Brewers
dog.
fan got particularly frustrated during the team's loss to the Dodgers in Game 2, has been ousted from her job.
Oh,
I am
wow.
ashamed to say that a Milwaukee Brewers fan was caught saying, "Call ICE," in response to a Latino Los Angeles Dodgers supporter at Game 2 last week. Listen, lady, thanks for a way to class it up and not be
Yeah.
embarrassing for us.
But-
She lost her job. By the way, she worked for Manpower. And not only
I guess
that,
that'll do it, huh?
but she stepped down from her position with the Make-A-Wish Wisconsin Board of Directors.
Oh, my God.
Let me tell you something, lady. Her name is Shannon something. I can't even pronounce it.
Shannon, you know better than that.
Kobalarczyk, maybe. Yeah, so they got all this on video.
Don't do shots at the Brewer game.
I don't think she was.
Wow,
I think
that
this,
is...
Listen,
Wow.
but remember Philly's Karen that took the ball, like got all upset and took the ball from that little kid and
Yep.
everything, and that same haircut.
Like I said, it's got to be the same brain surgeon, too.
Yeah, again, way to keep it classy, lady.
I mean, I can...
Here's the
in
thing,
the
too.
heat of the moment with a little bit of alcohol...
No. You would never say that. You would never say
no,
that.
I
And here's the
wouldn't,
thing.
but-
This guy was also, he's a U.S. citizen and a veteran.
Yeah, okay. Yes, completely understand that. But if you... I mean, I can see somebody saying something stupid like that, but when you're coming from the professional background that she's coming from, you have got to know better than that.
No,
I mean,
I don't-
That is just...
Listen, I
Dumb.
don't care if you lick doorknobs for a living. You should not be saying something like that to anybody. That is one of the most I am beside myself embarrassed. Lady, I hope you get thrown out. Was she thrown out for life? Let me see. Does it say?
Well, is she a season ticket holder?
She lost her job and she stepped down from her position on that board of directors, but it doesn't say whether or not. I hope she's banned for life from the stadium.
Well, probably will be.
I mean, it's just,
wow.
That's just inexcusable.
Wow.
I have a lot of other words I'm not allowed to use on the radio. Anyway, here's another one. Here's another goofy. I'm pretty sure that when we created the court system, that this is not why we created it. Okay.
This is going to be good.
The J.M. Smucker Company, like Smucker's Jams, filed a federal lawsuit last week accusing Trader Joe's of copying its popular Uncrustables frozen sandwiches. Okay, let me tell you something. Me and all the other moms that have been cutting crust off of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and smashing the edges so the jelly won't pop out for the 2-year-olds, we're going to now file a suit against J.M. Smucker. It says they filed a lawsuit in Ohio federal court arguing that Trader Joe's round crustless sandwiches with crimped edges too closely imitates Uncrustables.
Do they have a patent on it?
Well, they don't take issue with others selling prepackaged frozen thaw-and-eat crustless sandwiches, but it cannot allow others to use Smucker's valuable intellectual property to make those sales because they're also alleging that Trader Joe's packaging design does violate trademarks. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that is right. I think that is an extremely valuable use of our court system. Don't you? Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like I said, me and all the other moms, we're going to sue Smucker's now for copying our Uncrustable sandwiches that we've been doing since what? 1950. Whatever.
Wow.
I'm clearly in a great mood about all of these things.
Well,
today.
That's dumbfounding. It doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
You got nothing better to do than to try and find a reason to go after somebody. And what did Trader Joe's ever do to you?
You know what? Here's what you do. You pick up the phone and you say, hey, next time you upgrade your packaging, how about make it a little different? Like, who cares? Trader Joe's probably sells that stuff at Trader Joe's.
Right.
I can go to Walmart. I can go to Piggly Wiggly. I can go wherever and buy Smucker stuff.
Right.
So who cares?
Right. They might even be using Smucker's jelly in there. You never know.
Oh, don't get that started. That's a whole other lawsuit.
Anyone look into it?
Hey, so I am hoping to help clear up some misunderstandings about some things that apparently my good friend Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, as I love to call her, otherwise known as Phenomenal Show Prep. I've sort of left her alone for a while, mostly because she hasn't said anything any dumber than what she said, for the last few years.
Well, it's hard to get dumber.
Well, I know. So one of the reasons why the government is shut down is because the Democrats want to add over $1 trillion to the continuing resolution, which is basically exactly what they've signed like 5 times before. Correct. And now have refused to sign it.
Because they want more money
because
to waste.
They want to try to leverage it. Right. So they want this money and they want to provide health care for people who are here illegally. And the Republicans are saying, no, we are not going to pay for health care for illegal immigrants if we are not going to pay for health care for citizens.
Right.
Right. So.
Common sense.
On CNN, during an interview, AOC was asked repeatedly whether she believes illegal immigrants should receive taxpayer-funded health care. And she sidesteps the question. So she responds by saying, she calls out what she described as a common lie, quote unquote, from Republicans who accuse Democrats of shutting down the government to provide free health care to illegal immigrants. She says, we already know, and here's the kicker, We already know that it's federal law and federal statute that undocumented people cannot be covered by the Affordable Care Act. They cannot be covered by Medicaid. They cannot be covered by Medicare. That is the law. Nobody said those are all forms of health insurance, not health care. I don't know what I need to do or say to make it any clearer to people that when we talk about care and insurance, health care is not the Affordable Care Act. That is not what that is. Health care is what you receive when you go to a hospital and they treat you.
Right.
That is called the care that you receive. And that is what they want the government to cover.
Right.
Okay? Nobody is saying anything about allowing illegal immigrants or undocumented citizens to go and apply for and receive taxpayer-funded health insurance.
No, they just want a huge petty cash drawer that they can pay cash for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they keep saying this, and they keep like trying to merge these things together, and they are two different things. The Affordable Care Act did absolutely nothing to improve the health care system.
No.
All it did was screw up further the health insurance system. Okay? So when you hear people like Alexandria, who, by the way, is supposedly going to be their 2028 presidential nominee, which would be nothing but wonderful for the Republicans because they're guaranteed to win. They could run Kermit the
That's
Frog.
their choice. They're in way worse shape than we think they are.
Well, they could run Kermit the Frog and still win, so that's fine with us. But there's a big difference between health care and health insurance.
Correct.
And what the Democrats want right now, it's right in there. Go read it. Go look it up and read it yourself. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of page 56. Go and look it up. They don't care anything about taxpayer-funded health insurance for people. They're talking about the taxpayers covering the bills that are uncovered, that are being racked up by illegal immigrants. So we're paying for those, but we're not paying for the gal down the street who keeps having her wheelchair damaged on the sidewalks, and we're not, We're not paying for that. Okay? I'm just saying.
Yep. I don't know why it's such a big drive for them to support criminals, and illegal immigrants are criminals. It doesn't make them bad people, just they committed a crime coming here illegally.
Right. You know what?
I don't get it.
There's a lot of, I have said this before, when we take care of ourselves first, we can better take care of the others.
Absolutely.
That's the problem.
That's why you put your mask on first when the airplane goes into turmoil.
100%.
You got to be able to take care of yourself first. So you can help others.
100%. Thanks for listening to Life Matters. Hey, coming up, Main Street Messaging with Alex. We have Daniel. He's a guest today. He's the artist that's doing the mural on the library.
He's doing a great job.
He's very, very cool, and he's got a great story. So that's coming up next right here on Lake 96.1.
Main Street Messages with Alex. Brought to you by the Lake Geneva Business Improvement District.
All right, sweetheart, you've had your fun. Now let's get down to serious business.
Alex is back for another Main Street Message. It's our new segment here at the end of Life Matters. Welcome, Alex.
Thank you for having me.
She is the executive director of the Lake Geneva Business Improvement District, and they have been quite busy improving the beautification of the district, right?
Yes.
I don't know how else to put that, right? So, but we have a special guest today. Daniel Brocken is here, and he is the artist that is doing the mural here in Lake Geneva. So you've seen his work. You may not have seen him, but we're here to talk to him about today. So Alex, you're going to kind of start here. Tell me how you guys got together. Give me the history of this relationship.
Sure. Yeah, we've been doing this mural program for a few years, and we launched a call to artists. And actually, it was another committee member that pointed out that you were making a public statement about need for art in Lake Geneva.
Very much so.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was like February last year, I believe it was.
Yeah.
In and around that time, a friend of mine had sent the all the instructions and the call out that was looking for artists, and had a read through it. And, it was something that I just had always wanted to do anyway. So in the travels, and as you may expect, like I'm not from this area originally.
Right. I was going to say. So tell us where you're from.
So I'm from Ireland originally.
Absolutely gorgeous to grow up there. I can't imagine growing up.
It's a lovely spot for sure.
Yes.
But the street art in Europe is just everywhere, and it's something that I've just always grown up with and always known. And it's something that in Lake Geneva felt like it was missing. And so when this thing came up, it felt absolutely necessary to apply and reach out to Alex, and it was great.
Yeah, so I have to tell a little story, and I might embarrass you a little bit about it.
Not possible, but go on.
So when he first applied, he had put a social media campaign out of how he wants to be selected for this art. He made a public space statement out there. And one of my other committee members, who I'm sure you guessed who it was, approached me and was like, I don't know if this is good PR or if this is not good PR, because there might have been a little criticism of lack of art in Lake Geneva. And, that nothing's been done for years. And this has been something that, Daniel had wanted to see for a long time. And so, at that same time, I was getting this message from a committee member. I was getting an email from him being like, how do I be a part of this? And so the committee was like, all right, we need to meet with him. We need to put we need to be stern with him and tell him that he can't talk badly about the city or, all this. And I'm paid to be the bad guy sometimes.
Sure.
So we're all set up for this. And there's 5 women on this committee and 1 man named Francisco. So Francisco's sitting with us at the table. We're waiting for you to arrive at the coffee shop. And then you come in and Francisco has to go to the bathroom or whatever. But here you are, this Irish lovely bloke who is charming and sweet and just so enthusiastic. And we realize we're all on the same side here. This this isn't a battle to be had whatsoever. We want you here. And so Francisco comes back from the bathroom, and honestly, the way he describes it is we were just fawning over you. We were in love.
That's hilarious.
Yes, this needs to happen. Where do we get your piece up? And that's really
the whole story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he applied like everyone else.
Of course.
And, we did a blind selection of all our art, but it really became ironic that in so many ways we connected with a lot of locals because you're a transplant. You've lived here for a while, and we were able to connect on that level of the community.
I think that's an awesome story.
Right?
I don't think that's embarrassing at all.
No, not at all.
Because clearly it was meant to be. Not because they met you, it completely felt right, and then even during a blind application process, you still came up the person that they chose. So there's really, there's no question that you're supposed to be here.
Well, yeah, you could certainly look at it that way. I mean, you could probably blame it on my roots that I'm, incredibly passionate about certain things.
Yeah.
And art for sure is one of them. And the lack of art, and in particular, the lack of interactivity for kids around the area have been the specific reason for my passionate voice at that period of time. And, the things that I do naturally anyway, like my profession and everything, it's creating things for kids. And so this mural was very specifically done as an interactive piece for kids to interact with in the town so that they would have just something extra. Because I have 3 kids myself, and raising them in this area, it's a thing that we love going to the beach, we love taking walks, we love being in the park. And just having something extra for kids was the specific reason for reaching out. And so the fact that it's hanging on the library now, such a beautiful area in town, and it's a piece that is expected to have families stand right in front of the butterfly garden and interact with it. It's a search and find piece. There's going to be a QR code set up. And,
that's cool.
So that was, I guess, how everything came to be. And just being able to, so much is done online now. So actually being able to meet Alex and the team in person was so helpful because miscommunication can happen or misunderstandings can happen. And just actually understanding that we're all on the same page, incredibly helpful.
It's like she said, it didn't take long to realize that everybody was on the same page about art. And you were absolutely right. And that wasn't what you wrote and what you said and your thoughts about that. That's not criticism when it's fact and we know that we need to do better. So you were absolutely right about it. It wasn't really criticizing. It was really, honestly, to me, that's making a suggestion. But you also put your money where your mouth was and you stepped up to the plate and applied. And obviously you made the cut. And so it's not like you were just some random person who didn't know what they were talking about, just making a complaint. That's not what that was.
And that's how change happens.
Yeah,
yes.
That's exactly how change happens.
It was such a good learning opportunity because I was newer on the bid. And I've dealt with many personalities. I've worked in this setting for a long time. But, some of my board members, some of my committee members, this was all new. So knowing that they were getting that FaceTime with you was so important too. And, it was a learning experience for everyone. I mean, this was our first mural program here in Lake Geneva. So, you were kind of, a test dummy in some ways. You taught us how
Guinea pig,
yes.
Test dummy implies we're going to crash him somewhere.
Sure.
So
yes,
no.
we did not.
That's good.
But no, we really learned together. A lot of the program had to be catered around the artist abilities too. And, it's so unique every time we do an entry. And you helped form that program success. So it was really good to have you on.
We're talking with Daniel Bakken and Alex Benante. Alex is the executive director at the Lake Geneva Business Improvement District. And Daniel is our artist of our brand new library mural. So let's get a little bit of background on you, though. You grew up in Ireland. You moved here. Do you live around here? Like, give me
I live
your...
in Lake Geneva. I've been here for 12 years.
Okay.
And I'm helping raise my kids here, and it's a wonderful town to be able to be a part of it in this fashion, to actually have art in the town as well.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's it's a fantastic thing. So I live in Elkhorn, and we just got a mural. It's pretty new. It's on the side of someplace else. On the side of the bar.
Yeah, that large rural mural.
It is so pretty.
Yes.
And it's super simple. It's beautifully done. It definitely represents the little town of Elkhorn, city of Elkhorn, sorry. But it's just perfect. And I drive by it every day on my way home. And I look forward to looking at, you know what I mean? Like it's home, and it's not a plain wall anymore. And even if you just see it out of the corner of your eye, it's uplifting. It really is, to see like that kind of beautification going on in the small towns. And I mean, Lake Geneva, we plan to do, are we doing more murals besides, what's your plan? Because I know that there was a promise that you made when you were hired that you would bring, and so you've clearly fulfilled your promise, at least as far as I know, of bringing murals to Lake Geneva. So what's are there more plans for Daniel?
Yeah, so Daniel's mural is our 7th mural being installed this year.
Okay.
And we're hopefully, depending on city planning timelines, because cities are known to be super fast at things.
Oh, yes.
We're hoping to have our 8th mural up this year.
Cool.
But by next year, we want to be up to 12. And then we're going to be switching into maybe sculpture art.
Oh, cool.
We would really like to do a sculpture walk in downtown.
Yeah.
That not necessarily in the downtown main streets, like in a park, like a sculpture walk park.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And then just keep updating murals as they go on for maintenance and, change them out. And yeah, we have lots of plans for creative art.
I think, this is a no-brainer. This is an easy way, just a very, very easy way to make your town so much more special.
Especially when we can invest in our local artists. We, more than half of our pieces are done by locals or local transplants here. And it's so representative of the community. It's not just a pretty picture. Daniel's piece, what really drew us to that was that interactive component that you can involve kids with. And honestly, another caveat to his piece was that we didn't know where we were going to put this mural. We believed in the project so much that we commissioned him before we had a wall.
Right.
And not going to lie, the library was all on our mind for initially, but it's a city-owned building, and different times told us different answers. And so we had to kind of bide our time and build relationships that got it to where it is today, and it belongs there. It's home.
I know those
beautiful.
ladies at the library, and they have to be thrilled.
They are.
I'm sure they just love everything, and obviously anything to do with the library. But I would imagine that is just something that they are absolutely over the moon about.
Yeah, and they're really wanting to reinvest into the community, and we're trying to hold different fundraisers to continue fundraising art, because art is not cheap.
No,
and we want to pay our artists because they deserve that. And so we're continuously looking for ways for fundraising. We'll be partnering with the library on a couple different initiatives with Daniel's piece, but we'll be looking for a different campaign for next year, and then we'll be trying to do a public art paint-in next year with the community while welcoming families out. And so that's be a part of the creating art.
I will say, I can't imagine that you're going to disagree with me on this, but I will say that the removal of art and music and things like that, in anything really that is a hands-on, talent-driven, creative-driven aspect of life that have been taken, anytime they take any of that out of schools, I think that we have seen so much suffering. I think
100%.
I mean, really, because honestly, I believe that it also affects all the rest of the scores across the board.
Yeah.
And so, because if the only thing you have to look forward to is like algebra and, whatever normal classes, boring classes, I mean, sorry, kids, but they are. And you don't have those kind of things to look forward to. Like, for instance, I majored in power mechanics in high school. That was my major. English was then it was my second in line. And if I wouldn't have been able to do something hands-on, I would have not even cared about ever going to school. But I look forward to that. I look forward to my music classes. I looked forward to, well, at the time, this ages me. I was you took driver's ed and you got credit in school. That's how long it's been since I've been in school. But I had something like that to look forward to. I was an okay artist. I liked doing it, but I wasn't good at it. But I liked doing it because I liked moving around, working with my hands, things like that, creating. And when you take that stuff out of schools, you have to find a different outlet and a different method of transportation to get that information and that energy and that creativity out of the children. This is perfect. Like, this is absolutely perfect. That beautiful mural, interactive on the side of the library. What else would you like to see downtown? If you got commissioned to do when you get commissioned to do the next one, I'm going to say when, what would you like to see? What's your instinct on that?
It's hard to say specifically what it is because, like, just to touch on what you were just talking about, like the mural in Elkhorn and how that makes you feel, and the creative piece in schools and having that not be in school and see how that affects kids. That's the bigger picture of all of this. You look at this mural, it's like 8 by 12. It's like, sure, it's confined, but like the bigger picture of the project that Alex has been working on, the introduction of art into the town, the introduction of that creative aspect, it makes a massive change. It's a massive net positive. There's some very negative assumptions that is made about introducing art into town. And if you actually, forgive me, I don't have the exact numbers and the statistics of it. Maybe Alex could speak to it, but the net positive is insane.
Right.
Like the void that is there when people aren't able to express themselves, because if you were to oversimplify this whole conversation, the whole concept is self-expression.
Sure.
And the self-expression of creative endeavors is manifested through these murals right now, and that's fantastic. And so if you're going to ask me which one next, I don't think it really matters. We just
Probably
need
not.
to keep, whatever it is we're doing, we just need to keep doing that because, I mean, the flower mural that's right there, right beside the library, the amount of people, like the fantastic thing is that this was done last summer. And we got to experience a winter with these murals, and the color that's in town in January and February, I don't think people actually understand how big of a deal that is.
It really is.
It's fantastic.
Because you know how brown it is around here for however many months. You're right. I mean, I didn't even think of that. They're just bringing it when we don't normally have color.
And it bridges that whole idea of tourism versus local.
Right.
Because there's local investment in art. And yes, tourists enjoy seeing it, but they're passing through. It is us driving through in January and February that see, like, oh my gosh, that we did this. We brought this into our town.
Right. And like I said, when I drive by that one, I'm home. I know I'm 3 blocks away from home. And so, and you're right, it does make a big difference. And I love it.
And I would say that it even lends into, in adulthood, it inspires new business. We have had an increase in interest of experience-based businesses that are hosting art classes in tandem with their merchandise sales.
Right.
That they're having, sip-in shops, and they're doing paint nights. And so it's allowing the creativity in commerce to happen, which is the end goal for a lot of what we do too.
Well,
so.
it definitely shows that the town, village, city, wherever you live, is willing to make the investment in itself, and is definitely proud of itself and wants people to come and see what they've done and what they've accomplished. And so I want to thank you, Daniel, for bringing your talents, however many years ago you did, but definitely honing in and getting into the bid, application process, because we are very glad to have you. We are very glad to have you.
It's an absolute pleasure I really gotta call out the work that Alex does and Alethea as well, and everyone else on the team. The work that they do, people will walk through town and they'll see a mural. They don't see what goes in behind it. It's not the artist that paints it. That's the easy part.
Right.
Like the amount of work that goes into this, like the fact that there's so much more life and creativity in the town that's happening now, it's a testament to Alex,
Absolutely.
and all the team on the bid. It's a special thing.
Yeah, no, she's really good at what she does. That's why we let her come in once a week. I don't do that for very many people. So, but Alex, thanks for bringing Daniel in here to meet everybody this morning here. And anything else that you can think of, you'll be back next week. So.
Yeah, just getting ready for Wine Walk now. So, next event, and then we're looking at holidays.
Yeah,
so always something to look forward to.
Well, we will be talking about that again next week. Again, thank you so much. This is Main Street Messages with Alex, sponsored by the Lake Geneva Business Improvement District. We will be back next week. All right? You guys have a great week.
You too.
Best of luck.
Thanks.
Coming up next, more music right here on Lake 96.1.